seen Happy Gilmore 2 yet?
Watched it 4 times.
You've watched it 4 times.
Well, as if I wouldn't watch it.
Oh,
It was. Do you know what? Actually, I thought of you on Monday when I was at work
oh yeah.
because my weekend consisted of me going to golf and having a real shit round and just being like, "Why the fuck am I even here?" Played on Saturday morning, so I got it out of the way, and then spent the rest of the weekend at home on the couch watching Happy Gilmore. Just watching movies with Jai on the couch. Like, he was just loving it. I had the fire going out the back.
Oh
I was
yeah.
popping out to the shit, just doing my little circle a bit in between the end of the movie and then putting it on again, making some toast, went to bed, got up again, put it on in the morning, went again. Still came around. We watched it after the footy again.
Just
It
loving
was
it.
just, I'd never enjoyed a movie weekend so much. Like,
You get it now.
I found, no, but I get that, but I wouldn't do that with many movies. Where
Yeah, no, I get you.
I found myself like dead set going like, oh, I'm gonna lie on the couch and just watch this movie all day. Fuck yeah.
No, fair enough. What's up, everybody, and welcome to All for Footy, the AFL podcast where good friends gather and gab about last week's games, this week's games, and everything in between. I'm your host, Nathan, Mr. 9 out of 9 Norman, joined, as always, by the second best podcaster in the world, Daniel, the Big Daddy, Reeby. Hey, Rebs.
Nathan, my fairly feathered friend. How are you,
Fairly
mate?
feathered, fairly feathered. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's just good round of football. I missed the last quarter of the last game, so hopefully nothing big happened in that. But, other than that, watched all the footy all weekend, and it was, like, really good. It's really
Oh,
good.
nice. You had a good weekend. Wait, you missed the last quarter of the last game of the round. Wait, you guys were leading by 46 points at three-quarter time.
Yeah, and, just put the T on the right. Yep, another Melbourne victory over the Saints. You must be feeling pretty stupid now, Daniel. Mr. Daniel Reevy. Another victory of Melbourne over the Saints. But yeah,
Oh, wow.
I went to bed at three-quarter time. I was like, this is done. Good night. I sent you a text mocking you for supporting a subpar team. And yeah,
Oh, well, we'll be interested to get into the pod tonight then.
Oh, fair enough.
Yes, let's just maybe get straight into last week's games then.
You're not the host, mate. We go to last week's games when I say we go to last week's games.
Oh, I can't believe you. Yeah, wow. I mean, it was. I
let's,
mean,
let's go to
to
last
watch
week's
your
game.
team win by potentially over 50 points, and you didn't stay up and watch it.
Oh, it was just in the bag,
Oh,
Didn't need
wow,
to.
I feel like
Just-
I'm. I
it's
feel
like
like I'm getting.
It's like
I feel like
basketball.
I'm
It's like a
getting away
swish.
with. I feel like I'm getting away with weeing the bed right now.
All right, well, let's move into the last week's games, shall we?
Well, let's quickly get through a few so we can.
Let's do them all. All right, it was Thursday night football at the MCG. It was Hawthorn versus Carlton. Hawthorn 13-7, 85 to Carlton 9-7, 61. It was Hawthorn by 24 points, Reeves. 4 goals.
God.
4 goals.
And quite a dominant display, I felt. I mean, Carlton obviously got back into it a little late there, saving a bit of grace, let's say. But Hawks just had them on a string from the first quarter when they kicked about 6-2 and just really, just buried them early. And you knew at halftime that they weren't going to let up, being 5 goals up. And I mean, they just probably played out the game a little bit. I'm not putting anything against Hawks too much for only winning by 24 in the end. I think still a real solid win. And Carlton had just went into pride mode and kept playing hard all night and, probably deserved to kick a few goals late in the game. But
Yeah.
massive gap between where the two clubs are at. And, the Hawks are the interesting one, though, because they do have a very tough draw coming in. And a lot of people's finals predictors, they do have the Hawks finishing ninth still.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest. I don't see Hawthorn up there. They definitely play some good football, but...
That's going to be interesting coming to the end of the year.
I feel like it's just Collingwood's year, is it not?
Oh, I'm very much off that train now, Nathan.
Okay.
I think that if I could put a bet on the field versus Collingwood, I would definitely back the field. I mean, I think most teams in around the finals this year are a chance to win it. I mean, the Giants are red hot. the Dogs on their day can blow anyone off the park. Then you got Brisbane, Geelong, Adelaide all sniffing right behind them.
Yeah.
And Geelong are just super dangerous at the moment. So, yeah, I'm enjoying the race. And I bet Collingwood again. I mean, they're super strong. And it's going to be a great final series. I think that's more the kicker. But
Yeah,
a lot of
look,
teams ready to take it.
let's bring it back to the game. Like, personally, Hawthorn, I don't think they'll make much of an impact this year in the finals.
No, you're just not seeing them.
I'm just not seeing them.
It's the tough draw. They got Adelaide this week, and then they've got Collingwood next week, and then their last game of the year might be against Brisbane,
Yeah.
or Geelong, one of those two. So yeah, they've just got a tough run, but if they win one or two of those tough ones, like the Gold Coast just have, then their footy's great. And
No, true. They could definitely benefit from some momentum at the end of the home and away season, going into the finals. They could definitely make me look foolish for what I've just said.
But I think they showed him Wizard Watson on the weekend. He was one of my favourite takeouts of the game. I mean, he just is so fast. And the space that he creates just by using his speed. I really enjoyed watching Watto on the weekend.
No, fair enough. Well, yeah, no, look, this game was a very weird one. Like, Hawthorn got off to an early lead, but then Carlton Hawthorn were neck and neck from the second and third quarters. Like, literally scores matched. And then Carlton beat them in the last quarter. But that first quarter lead was that large, it didn't matter. But it was sort of just like, well, hang on, like, Hawthorn didn't really do that well. They just had one good quarter, it seems. Because this is Carlton. Like, they're a rabble, aren't they? Are they not?
Well, for the rest of this year. But actually, in saying that, I mean, I feel like you're going to maybe get one more win out of them this year, but I mean, they're not a full rabble, that's for sure. There's a lot of talent there.
Yeah.
The pieces need to
They just need to
put out right.
They just need to win games, I guess. But yeah. But no, well, we'll say, well, that was Go Hawthorn. I backed him. You backed him?
Of course.
Good stuff. All right, moving on to the next game. Friday night football at Marvel Stadium. It was Essendon versus the Western Bulldogs. Essendon 7-8-50 to the Western Bulldogs 22-11, 143. It was the Western Bulldogs by 93 points, just rubbing Essendon's face in the dirt. Jesus.
Yes, I did watch the doggies training drill for a little bit. They just had it on a string in front of Essendon. They literally were running around and handballing to each other and kicking it to a bloke just out in front with ease. It just didn't seem like Essendon were there, which was a bit disheartening for the fans. They were there, they showed up, and but the doggies. I mean, I still think the interesting thing is their defence. They looked great. Everyone knows they're an attacking juggernaut, but it's their defence. And in the bigger games, obviously against Essendon, they just attacked all night and it paid off. But they are down the ranks on the overall defence in the comp. So come to finals, we all know that the teams that have won the grand final in the last 15 to 20 years have all been up in the top 3 in defence at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Every year that number stacks up. And for the doggies to be down, it's just the one thing they've got is to play the attacking card, And I think on the weekend they proved that's their model. They're going to kick 20 plus goals every week. If you kick 20, we'll kick 21. So, they nailed it on the weekend, but let's see how it stacks up this week against the Giants. It's going to be a red hot game of footy, that one coming up. But the Bombers, very concerning. Just, so many injuries now as well. And, playing a lot of youngsters, which is going to help at some point in the long run. But, wow, hasn't their season just flipped around? And now it just is absolutely... I mean, I feel like I called this just a little bit about 6 weeks ago. I did try to say that I feel like it's a real false economy, but I didn't want to bash on Bombers who'd had 5 to 6 wins and St Kilda had had 2 to 3 wins. So it really has turned pretty hard now.
Yeah. Well, look, let's face it. Like, Bombers are definitely in a really bad position compared to all the other bottom teams in the comp, as well as Melbourne. I don't want to throw that,
But
disregard
Essendon to
that.
me,
Melbourne and Essendon are really at the bottom. I feel like,
Essendon to
and
me have
Richmond,
some
I
talent.
suppose.
Essendon have some talent. They've got some key tall forwards coming through,
Melbourne doesn't
and
have some talent.
defenders, and Melbourne haven't quite got that cattle yet. So they've really got to get drafting in the next year or two, Melbourne. But Essendon do have a horizon. They've got these handful of youngsters that they've gone and picked up in the mid-season draft, and Essendon do have a bit of a horizon. So it's about getting games into them now,
You think
which
so?
is a long road, but. Yeah, there's a bit of similarity though between Melbourne and Essendon. Could be the two bottom four teams next year. Let's just put it out there early.
Well, yeah, look, I don't know. Like, I feel like West Coast, North. Like, I feel like Richmond, Melbourne, and Essendon are probably the least prospected teams from my perspective at this point. Like, I feel like every other team is got a broad, because I feel like North Melbourne and West Coast, like, it's only a matter of time before they start rising up from the ashes. I feel like they've got like a
Who's first?
I just see
Who do you go
I just
first?
see Bombers and Melbourne. They're just crashing. They're just. Oof.
Who do you see getting up first out of North and West Coast
I'd
in
say-
the next, say, 3 to 5 years? Who do you see making the 8 first?
I'd have to say West Coast.
West Coast, yeah, I'd probably say the same too, but you felt like North were closer at the start of this year.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, it's a real tight one, that one, isn't it?
But
I mean, I'd still say
yeah.
North, actually, just because North have done the long road for a bit longer and West Coast are a bit newer to what's now going to be a rebuild. So, yeah, surely North get to the finals before West Coast.
Yeah, well,
I'll put it out there against yours.
I feel like I'm just saying West Coast because of the size of the club and how
That's the obvious bit.
I feel like that's but we'll see how that goes. Because I can't help but picture North Melbourne as like this rinky-dink team. They've got like the cheapest oval out of all the teams. They've got like ramshackle type club rooms, but like because they're just such a small thing. But yeah.
Hey, but the Doggies won a flag, and they were probably similar-sized models for a little bit there. So
Yeah, doggies are similar. Doggies are similar. No.
yeah, there was a similar period with both clubs where there wasn't a wealth of everything coming in like some of the strong clubs. So it can be done. I mean, Geelong 25 years ago were a bit of down there. Playing down at Kidinia Park, had lost a lot of grand finals in a row through a 10-year period through the 90s, and it wasn't exactly a bright place to be down there for footy back then. And now you can't keep players away from wanting to go there. So, the right vision does keep these clubs somewhere, but, isn't it a long road?
Yeah, but Geelong's like a footy town. Like, it's like everybody there goes for Geelong and follows the football. So it's sort of just like, it's just how it is. It's just how it is. I remember seeing like a kindergarten photo from a Geelong preschool. It's like come to school in your football team's colours. It's like all Geelong except for like one kid who's wearing a Melbourne top. It's just like But yeah, back to the game anyway. Fucking doggies. Norton 7.
Great.
Naughty boy, riling up. Darcy 6. Just
their talent.
they really did just crush Essendon, and that's what they do. They crush teams they should beat, and then they lose against teams that are just above them. Like they're really a middle side this year, and it's like a hard middle. Like they're not losing to the teams below them. They're not beating the teams above them. They're just bam right in the middle. Like they might have beaten the team above, them, and they might have lost like one team below them, but like not much. Like
they are just the genuine middle road, isn't it? The Dogs.
Yeah, when they rock up against the team they should beat, they beat them. When they have a bit of a challenge, it seems like they can't get it done, and that's why they're outside the 8. Oh, actually, did they somehow get it? No, they're still outside the 8. Ninth. They're like a hard middle. That's what I'm saying. They're ninth. There's 8 teams above them. Yeah, and the 10 below.
Well, they've really got to win this week against the Giants, don't they? Because the Giants are on 52 and the Dogs are on 44. So if they can't get over the Giants, Gold Coast obviously have a fairly easy game this week, so you'd think they'd win. So the Dogs have got to win this week. Wow, it's a real big game for them, isn't it?
Hey, look, they've got to start winning the games that matter. Because they're not really doing that. But hey, Doggies, impressive win. Carry the momentum into the finals, please. I like seeing Mr. Rick Parker happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a good friend.
A happy park is a happy pod.
Exactly. Oh, it's just a happy time all around. All right. Friday night football at NG Stadium is GWS versus Sydney. GWS 15-12, 102 to Sydney 8-10, 58. It was GWS by 44 points. Reeby, the battle of the bridge.
Oh, wow. I mean, I had a lot to take out of this game because I watched only a half of the Doggies and the Essendon game, and I thought I'll flick this over because that was getting a bit out of whack, that one. And it was on. They were literally hanging onto each other by the shirts, and it was just on. And Toby Green was trying to absolutely elbow people while someone was trying to kick him. And
he's always doing that.
And then they were doing drive-bys on each other in the while they were chatting to the commentator on the sideline, like, oh, yeah, and Papley's overweight. You know, just yelling out, trying to sledge. And then the AFL decided not to give him a fine for fat shaming on live TV, but it was a bit of funny byplay. And Toby Green ends up coming out of the game with a 1-week suspension, which I think he's quite lucky because he threw elbows, threw knees. He could have landed a 6-weeker so easily in that game. He was genuinely trying to hurt a couple of the Sydney players there for a little period, I reckon. He was getting niggled, though, very hard himself.
Yeah, but you don't do that. You're going into finals. Like, fucking think with your head.
Oh, mate, he was trying his best not to, and he just could not help himself. It was rather entertaining to watch. He just had to... He, got up off the ground and tried to walk away and then just, went back for the quick one. Just And, but for the Giants, I mean, that third quarter... I was in the kitchen at halftime placing some pineapple pieces on top of my pizza pie.
Of course.
Thinking I'm just going to sit down in the third quarter and just watch Sydney maybe kick away here. I wasn't that excited about it either. And then, whooshka, the alarm went off for the pizza and it was the end of the third quarter and I just didn't know what was going on. 9 goals to 1 in a quarter of footy and
it happens.
Flipped it on its head right there. And I actually had the Giants for 139 in a multi. And I just couldn't believe that it got ruined. I thought Sydney were up at halftime, and then they were coming back and this was just great. And then they end up kicking a goal real late. And
just ruin your day. Well, that's what happens.
It sort of did. It's up until 10:30 watching that. And
that regret.
Yeah. But, no, what a win and what a performance. I mean, I'm excited about the Giants here, I must admit. I just think that they're a real sleeping giant.
Shut up.
In the competition.
Yeah.
Dead set chance to win it. They've been there around prelims and witnessed a grand final in their time. So, they're not shy to the big stage, I don't think. They took Collingwood all the way to a point only 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So... they're really, really churning for another crack at the GF, I reckon, the Giants. And, some of my favourite players on the night definitely was Finn Callaghan. I picked him up a few weeks ago. I said I'm going to make him my boy because he played a ripper game. Yeah. I really enjoyed watching him. And he's just come on in leaps and bounds. And he's just a rock-solid competitor. And, he's going to be a real tough finals player if they make it. But as well as Whitfield and Himmelberg at the moment, I mean, they're just dominating around the ground. And, they're half the reason why the Giants are doing what they're doing. They're so clean with the ball. They use it so well. And I think the Giants with Hogan and Cadman and just the way they set up, I really think they're as good as the best out there at the moment. So to really watch them on Friday night. It was a good watch.
Yeah, no, it was good. I was streaming some Fortnite Fridays over on Nobot E's stream, and I had my 2 games going at the same time on my second monitor. It was a very enjoyable watch. Yeah, GWS they look like a solid outfit a lot of the time. But then
Scary.
every now and then they'll like do something very uncharacteristic and just drop a game that they
Yeah,
shouldn't win. They shouldn't, and it's just sort of like,
that
well,
was in the first
maybe
half of the year.
stumbling. I feel like they
So,
stumbled like not too long ago. I could be
well,
wrong,
they've
but I
been
feel like they
pretty
did.
consistent. But what they've been doing is getting behind in games. They've really got to snap that habit, I suppose, if you're going to be really serious. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like. Yeah, I know what you mean about the half fleety format patches, but
I suppose Port
um,
Adelaide and Fremantle and
they
Sydney
lost to
and
them.
Sydney beat them last time they met earlier in the year in round 8.
Yeah,
So
but then
yeah,
maybe that means they've beaten a lot of top 8 teams then, because I know they beat Collingwood earlier in the year, and I'm pretty sure they beat Brisbane,
they lost to Hawthorn.
and
They only beat us by 3 points. Yeah, they smacked Collingwood in the
yeah,
opening round.
and they beat Geelong, I reckon too, at the Giants Stadium. So yeah, they have
Yeah,
been
they
in a
did.
good form against the top
Yeah,
8 teams. Interesting to go through them, but
yeah, no, but
mm,
they do. Yeah, it seems like they're prone to tripping.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Was that a pun? Was that a
No, well, tripping
no, no,
giant.
no
That's not.
pun?
That's not.
No,
That's. I don't know where the pun is.
never trip a
You'd
Giants.
have to show me where the pun is. I have no idea.
He'll snap you.
It's snap ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, look, Sydney surprised me with that opening half effort. Like, I didn't really think much of Sydney this year because after their downfall. But yeah, GWS utilized like spreading their goals around as well. Like Hogan didn't like bag 6 or anything. He just got like a modest little 2. Stringer picked up like 3, and then Bedford 2, and then like it was just like all spread round. So yeah, go GWS.
GWS $5 to make the grand final. There you go.
Damn,
Not bad value.
you're gonna put money down on it.
Because they're $12 to win it, but obviously, it's an extra long shot. But just to make it $5.10, that's pretty good little value, isn't it?
Oh, that is pretty good. I'll give it that. I have to tip
One
the
to
hat for
watch.
that.
Maybe you could put that into Dacos to win the Brownlow, which I also called on this show a few weeks ago for you smart punters out there that just want free money. But the
This is
bad
not free
news for all
money.
you punters out there, he has shortened into $1.65, so he's starting to become unbackable.
All for
But
Footy is not liable for any financial losses.
oh no, look, this was just an actual tip from like a resourced financial institution. They just said if you want
Yeah.
free money, just get on Dacos to win the Brownlow. Like
All for Footy
it's
has no connection to this whatever this is.
no, we won't name the financial institution, but it's like
No,
it definitely
don't do
wasn't
this we
our.
shit. This is you. You're
wasn't
doing this on
our.
your own.
Hey, it was just a tip that I came across. I didn't even invest into it myself. I just thought I'd watch and see how it bubbles along. But
Tell
I've just
other
been
people.
noticing that he's been shortened right into $1.65, and I'm like, wow, the money. Sometimes money talks in the Brownlow because how we like to think it's a clean
Well, maybe
slate.
when you said it last week, all our listeners went out and put money on Nick Dacos, and
So I'm starting to assume.
just
And he had a
bam,
real
brought the
good
numbers down.
weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it was just our listeners, really. All right, well, let's move on to the next game. It was Saturday at football at the People First Stadium. It was Gold Coast versus Brisbane. Gold Coast, 2010, 130 to Brisbane, 9-10, 64. Gold Coast by 66 points. God damn, Reeves. I was going to tip Gold Coast. I really was.
Oh,
and then I was just like, oh, I don't know. I feel like Brisbane,
yeah,
it's getting close to finals. Brisbane are going to start arcing up. Shattered. This is the only one I got wrong this week.
yeah, it was the same as you. I really liked to tip them, but just didn't. But yeah, they've proven a few haters, haven't they? I mean, their last 3 weeks they've played Collingwood, Adelaide, and Brisbane, and they've won 2 of the 3. I was saying they just had to win one of those 3 to really staple a spot. So, they've really potentially cemented a spot in the finals, and
And they've earned it.
what can you say? And Matty Rao, I mean, if he didn't bring a big enough bag to fit his towel in, I mean, he just bagged those medals. I reckon he's won a couple of them now too in the show, and it's just quite impressive for Damien Hardwick to be up there first season or second? It's his second, isn't it?
You tell me.
Sure, it's his second. Yeah. and to be really on the eve of finals here, I feel like they can't miss now. You know, they got a pretty good draw coming home, so yeah, hats off to them and hats off to the boys for a great dominant performance on the weekend. Not even just a win; it was a 10-goal victory against Brizzy. I mean, no one saw that coming. Beating
11.
Cooee.
11.
11-goal victory. And oh yeah, you could really just dig into them for ages. All their players everywhere. I mean, Witts and Jeffries and Davies. Yeah, I really enjoy watching the Gold Coast at the moment. The way they just play an absolutely running brand of footy and just
Yeah.
move that ball in waves. And they're really well set up. Like they're really structured. So when the ball is turned over, they've sort of always seemed to got pretty good numbers around the ball.
Yeah.
The way they run and can be there to support both ways, it's just they're really dangerous. So yeah, they're another team. It might take them a season or two of building into finals, but from what we're seeing, give them a red hot sniff, and yeah, they're gonna show us what they're made of.
Show the world what they can do. Well, they showed Brisbane what they can do.
Oh,
And now it's got me worried about the
in the
Brisbane
wet
Lions
too.
going in the forward. Yeah, well, you know,
Yeah,
they
but
just destroyed them.
uh,
They really
I think
did.
you give Brizzy a bit of an out on this one. I mean,
Can ya?
I just feel like by three-quarter time, it looked like Brizzy, and with the wet conditions as well. I mean, they just weren't able to get anything going, and you know what Brisbane's like. Like they can just flick a switch and they get their game going. But
Yeah, well, they should
so
have.
a 10-goal loss. It's not ideal at this time of year because of percentage and all those little bits and pieces. But they had the draw, and they just still look destined to finish top two here. I mean, maybe top four, but I just. Although they do have a few tough games as well, Brizzy coming up.
But it is all about going into the finals. You want that momentum so you can continue it through. You know, you don't want to be losing games in before.
I'm definitely not worried
Playing
about
with the players' heads, getting them all questioning, doubting themselves. Look what happened to Sydney like the beginning of this year. Like they destroyed themselves mentally somehow. Like they broke their brains. That's the only excuse I can give them for like coming in this year and just all those losses. So I feel like,
brain.
well, I feel like they break. Yeah, absolutely. Like,
I've never seen that on an injury list.
they played the grand final last year. You know, they were one of the top sides, always winning games. Came out this year and just did nothing. Like, what was that? What changed? Like, did their training style change? Did their tactics change? I don't think so. Like, they were doing good, and all of a sudden, like, how else can you explain it?
Well, they changed coach
Like
to start with.
the morale of the team is very important. You know this.
They did change coach this year, Sydney, so
Yeah,
that is
well, there you go.
the first little conundrum to go with it all.
Yeah, well, that affects morale. They're still the same team.
Losing grand finals by 10 goals, and there's a lot that goes in behind the scenes. So, and a couple out early in the year, Golden missing. It's just
Anyway,
proof that
my
you don't have
point
to be much off in this comp, do you?
Yeah, my point was momentum is important. Like, you want to get a good winning streak going into the finals to carry it through, because it instills the players with confidence. And confidence is good, Daniel. But yeah,
Stop digressing from the game.
poor Brisbane, poor Steelo. My heart goes out to thee. Josh Dunkley, 14 tackles. Good on him.
Oh, mate, he's a tackling machine.
The better king only kicked 2 goals this week. But, that's not why he's better, There's many reasons.
Team player.
Yeah. Team player.
Hey, maybe in the next year or two, Maxi will be back and he'll really show him up.
Maybe. Oh, that'd actually be good. That'd be good, because then you could be like, oh, yeah, who's the better king? And then I'd be like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. And like, showed you. That's what you can say.
Oh, Cooper Sharman's looking alright though. Shit.
Yeah, well, whoever that is. All right, well, that'll do it for that. The Q Clash, the battle for the Q Bridge. So let's move on to the next game. Saturday afternoon football at Optus Stadium. It is Fremantle versus West Coast. Fremantle 18-18, 126 to West Coast 12-5, 77. Fremantle by 49 points. Pretty predictable. Like, yeah, this sounds about right, doesn't it, Reeves?
Yeah, I don't feel like we need to waste a lot of time on it. I mean, Freo, big shout out to our man over in New Zealand, Faber, with his ear on the ground. You know, he doesn't miss a beat, and he was all over this game. He was watching it. Couldn't believe he was seeing the number 45, Tommy McCarthy, running there. He goes, I remember that guy running into bowl to me in the nets. What the hell? Now he's running around for West Coast. So he had to double check with me and say, is Tommy playing for freaking West Coast? What the hell?
Well, you didn't know.
And there we were with Freo again, just really cementing some form and a finals berth here. I mean, I'm all on the Freo train this year. I've been slinging my hat around a little bit, actually. I'm really liking some teams, but Freo, to me, I think, especially if they can snag an early home final or something, they're just going to be a tough opposition to beat. They probably don't wow you with star talent, and it's interesting at the moment that you got a Brownlow medalist not getting a game in their side. So it does show they're pretty depthy. I just think Freo again on the weekend just way too strong in the first half when the game was. That was it, and Brayshaw and Tracy up front as well, just killing it. And it was really good just to watch the Dockers for a bit. I watched most of that game, and they're really fired up, I reckon, for a final this year, Freo. And it will be interesting to see how or if Nat Fyfe is played out for the rest of the year. Does he get a game? Does he get a farewell? Is he back in the team with a small, with a role? These will be interesting little things to watch on the Freo front.
This will be interesting things to watch. I suppose. But yeah, Freo looking like they're sitting comfortably. They'll probably.
No one's comfortable, but
I feel like Western Bulldogs and Gold Coast are the only two places that are going to potentially swap. I think top 7, they're all in the top 8, no matter what. But Gold Coast could slip, and Doggies could lift up. That's the only sort of change I can see happening.
Have you looked at Gold Coast's draw, Nathan?
Well, there you go. Then the top 8 is settled. That's what I'm saying.
Have you looked at the Doggies draw?
Don't need to. Don't need to.
That's where it gets interesting, is the draw. So, anyway, back to the game.
Back to the game, Daniel. I can't believe you derailed Tom Watch. My best friend, Tom Watch. Tom McCarthy.
How's the helmet on the weekend, too?
Oh, so good.
Apparently he got a couple of stitches the weekend before, so it's just more like a precautionary thing to look after the stitches. He's not looking to become a full-time helmet wearer. But
you should wear a helmet full-time. Why not?
He looks cool with it, actually. I didn't mind it. I thought he looked tough.
Sure. People look tough with a helmet.
He did. Running in there.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, that'll do for Tom Watch and that game, I guess.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out, Fabs. I'll move on to the next game. It was Saturday night football at Marvel Stadium. It was North Melbourne versus Geelong. North Melbourne 7-7-49. Geelong 22-18, 150. Geelong by 101 points. Just, they just love spanking teams, don't they, Reeves?
Oh, the big wheels just keep on turning, don't they? I mean, they just got a hold of the Kangaroos and swung them around by their big tail and just went around and around.
Absolutely.
And around 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 and around. Jezza. I mean, he just couldn't get enough of them. And I'm so excited for the man. I mean, he's now a live chance to kick 100 this year, which is probably one of the more interesting watches for the rest of the season. And Geelong, weren't they just running on top of the ground? I mean, do we go to how bad were North here or how good were Geelong? Because I honestly feel like it was how good were Geelong.
Most teams would get to like a 10-goal lead and just take their foot off the pressure and just be like, whatever. But Geelong don't do that. Geelong are just like, no, we're here to play football. We're going to play the full 4 quarters. Fucking get ready. We're bending you over. That's Geelong.
no effing around, you know.
No,
Like
absolutely
that's I
not.
see what totally validate that. I reckon they're ferocious, and it's what makes them a real competitor come
Yeah.
late in the year.
It's why my dad
And
hates them.
mm,
Like, he hates them because of how they crush terrible teams, because Melbourne's been a terrible team for the longest time.
uh,
So,
and
it's sordid. It's
so
sordid history.
yeah, no, it is. It's you never forget, you know.
I never forget. The biggest loss in AFL history was Geelong beating Melbourne.
Well, is it 202 points?
Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't like to remember
I think it
trauma.
was 202.
Yeah, well, it was very traumatic for me. I'm not sure. I think I want to move on. All right, well, yeah, Jeremy Cameron. We've been told by the audience, our fans, that we have to talk about him getting to 100. Now, he's got
Oh,
31 goals to kick in 4 games, correct?
yes, 31. Yeah, I think he gets it.
That's a big get. That's a big get. And don't you dare tell me, I'm sure there's been at least a game or two where Jeremy Cameron has not kicked a goal or kicked like one.
Well, there probably has been. I haven't
Yeah,
been
this year.
following it that closely,
I
but
feel like there has been.
so they got Port Adelaide this week at Geelong. Then they've got Essendon,
Okay.
which he really could
Okay, all
tear a
right, all
bag.
right, all right.
Then they've got Sydney at the SCG. Gets a bit tougher, but then
No,
they
they're good
finish with
still.
Richmond.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is
So I think this
valid.
is why people are
This is
interested that
valid.
he's and that's 8 a round that he needs. So, let's hope one week he gets a 12 or something just to really push it ahead, and then he might be down to 6 around. And yeah, you never know. You never know.
Well, I want to ask you.
Ask away, Nathan.
I want to ask you.
Today or tomorrow?
Today, I want to ask you about this. All right.
Whenever you're ready, fire.
Yeah, I will. Look, mate.
I'm still listening.
Mate, do you mind? I would have asked the question by now if it wasn't for you. All right.
Gonna get a drink of water, so I'll be back in a minute.
You've tripped me up. All right. All right. Where do you find the odds for Jeremy Cameron getting to 100 goals? Is there something on TAB about that? I need to
Maybe in
see it.
specials. Might be in specials.
Maybe in specials, because I feel like
'Cause
that's like a good one to be in. Is there a special? I say futures.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I must admit we should look when we're off the pod.
No, I feel like we need to look on the pod. But okay, all right. Well, but what? Yeah, that is a damn good chance of happening. All right, my question for you, my actual question. I was just killing time.
Oh, there it is.
All right,
I found it.
give you
I found it.
Oh, you found it?
It's in. So as you scroll along that top column of Coleman Medal, Brownlow Medal, Norm Smith Medal, All Australian, you get to AFL season extras.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's in that. And he's paying $4 to kick
$4.
100. And he's how $4? What the hell? And he's paying $21 to kick a 100 plus. But how's he paying?
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, well, I might get on the.
Well,
That's in the regular home and away season. You can get
finals
$21
included.
if he does it in finals. Yeah,
You know what? I'm gonna put some money down on him doing it.
in finals.
No, not finals or home and away season.
I like it. I'll get on $5 on
'Cause
the $21.
If he does it in the finals, I'm not counting it.
It's
I'm
like
not counting
Fenno's nines.
Yeah, it's like Fenno tipping when he lives in another state where this tipping contest is clearly strictly exclusively for Victorian residents.
But also claiming nines when he didn't put his tips in.
Absolutely.
And just got away teams as well. Like it's all like the same. Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps doing that. We got to pull him up on that. We got to pull him up on that. He's such a bum.
We could try, but he lives in a different state, so we never seem to.
And that's why he's ineligible to win the tipping comp. It's such a thing. Hey, Potato.
Anyway, let's
All
move
right,
on to the
let's
next
move
game.
on to the next game. That's enough. All right, it was Saturday night football at Adelaide Oval. It was the battle of the SA football teams. It's Adelaide versus Port Adelaide. Adelaide 2013 133 to Port Adelaide 5-5 35. It was Adelaide by 98 points. Another thumping. Another thumping,
Yes.
Reeves.
I called this a muscle flex, this one. This was my analogy of the game. I just thought Adelaide just flexed a bit of muscle. Port Adelaide just put that queue even further up in the rack for the year. And both teams are just going in vastly different directions for the rest of the season. One seeing a coach off into the wind who's served there for about 14 years and he's been a legend and he's going to bow out like this with
Yeah.
just, not much happening. And the other team is heading far ahead and they're going to be the strong team in Adelaide for a few years to come because they're just dominant. They're just so
They
strong
really
all
are.
around the ground. Their tools. I mean, on the weekend it was wet, raining elephants and bloody giraffes,
I didn't
and they
see any
still
of
kicked
them.
110 points. I mean, they're very impressive at the moment, Adelaide. And I'm going to throw another team in my little hat, my little ring of hats here that I like. I could see them winning the flag this year. I just
Yeah.
actually don't see why they can't win the flag. They just do it all over the park. Their midfield's now getting a bit more experience together, and
Well, I guess my
yeah,
reason for Hawthorn is just vibes. So you can just say vibes. Like that's.
they rock a good vibe.
Yep,
And,
no, I like their vibe. They could win the flag based on my vibes. Because they are a good team. Everybody knows they're a good team. But yeah, I don't know. I also feel like they've dropped some games that they shouldn't have.
Adelaide earlier in the year though. It's
Just
been a
earlier in the
while.
year, it's been a while.
Their form's been very good for a while now. I mean, we're having a look there.
4,
5 wins in a
5.
row,
Yeah,
So
and
they're
Hawthorn, that was a loss. That's not too bad. You can take that. Collingwood a loss. That's not too bad. Fremantle at Freo. That's not too bad.
yeah.
Geelong. Gold Coast by a
Hawk,
point. Yeah. All right. No. Adelaide's got it going on. Adelaide's got it going on for sure.
and they're sitting second now too. Geez, they moved because they were actually top of the ladder after they won on the weekend, but obviously Collingwood went to top. So
Yeah.
Adelaide a lot to like there, and look at their percentage
Yeah,
too,
you
Nathan.
gotta love it.
146. That's big.
That's a percentage.
Geez,
That's for
wouldn't it be
sure.
funny just to see a Geelong Adelaide grand final? Wouldn't that just be out of the blue? No one would have seen that coming after Collingwood's year and Brisbane's year, and you start getting a couple of these teams, but their percentages are, and Collingwood's, but Collingwood, Adelaide, and Geelong really have left everyone in their wake with percentages there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. They bury teams. Although I more see Geelong doing that, but yeah, no, Adelaide's done well. They've got a good forward line. Always harping on about it, and I bet one of their big three didn't kick many goals this week either. Wait, Thilthorpe 3, Walker 3, Keys 3, Fogarty kicked 1. Because I feel like the big three are Thilthorpe, Walker, and Fogarty. And every week, one of them kicks like 1 or nothing, like doesn't show up. That's why putting a multi down on multiple goal scorers is such a frustrating piece of crap. Anyway, go
And
Adelaide.
Another player I like to mention a lot for Adelaide as well is Rankin. I mean, again on the week goal, did he kick 2? Where is he? No, just 1 goal, 20
he's all right.
touches though.
He's all right.
And, he's electric around the ball, Nathan. I mean,
No, he
he's a speed demon, and
I don't know
he's
why.
in there as
There's
well
a reason
with
I don't like him, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Maybe you can't see him because he's running so fast.
No, I know who Rankin is. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like the look of him. Maybe it's totally unfounded.
But I would go out on a big limb here and chuck an early out with Adelaide to go, if Adelaide were to go through and win the grand final, Isaac Rankin for the Norm Smith.
Yeah, could do.
Be huge. The Andrew McLeod, number 2, number 23, special.
Well, do you know who else is special? Me.
Bruce.
All right, let's move on to the next game.
Bruce himself.
Bruce. Sunday football at the MCG. It's Richmond versus Collingwood. Richmond 8-9-57. Collingwood 13-15-93. Collingwood by 36 points. Just scraping through for a smashing in my books.
Yeah, they did in the end, didn't they? I mean, Richmond, during the third quarter there, they were actually really making Collingwood earn it, and Collingwood really were able to push them aside. But with a good arm wrestle, late in the second quarter, into the third quarter, and Richmond just have a break. And, they've got some young talent in the door. I just think at the moment for them, they're just getting... So they're not looking embarrassed at all. And, obviously Collingwood are make some bit average this year. And in the end, the margin doesn't flutter the game. But, Richmond showed up for a good half an effort there. And then Collingwood were able to just push them aside. So it's about as simple as I saw that one. I think, Collingwood, they got to build. It's almost like a mini season coming in now. And, yeah, it just felt like the slows were on them a bit. But no matter what, I just think that it'll be just all kilter now. And it was a good result for them.
Yeah, look.
Get right back up on top of the ladder.
I think
where you want to be.
They took it easy. They were just playing some bruise-free football and just toyed with Richmond and just got the easy win that we all knew they were going to get. Do you disagree? Do you feel like my commentary is a bit too harsh?
No, that's why Collingwood. I'm just thinking about Collingwood because you said bruise-free, and I totally agree. I think they are a team that like it clean and they like to be a bit slick. And, I just feel like maybe in finals, someone's going to come out and try and bash them up a bit and really make them earn it and really run through Pendlebury and
take out Maiden.
Can you catch them? Can you catch them? I mean, teams have tried. Let's not forget the teams have tried, and Collingwood have had the last laugh over and over some.
Yeah. Hey, they're not infallible, so they can.
And they know that they're going to come hard for this year. They know that their teams are out there are going to. Right, Collingwood's our top dog to chase down here. So, I definitely think that they're fully in for the fight, and maybe they've just been in that slow motion period building to the end of the year, knowing that they're probably going to be there.
Yeah, but that also, that's not good for your form if you're going in half-assed. How do you just turn it back on to full-assed? You're meant to be going full-assed all the time. I feel.
Can you, though, Nathan?
You should. I can't, but these people should. But, yeah.
No, it was a good win, I must admit. But, I mean, I feel like most of the people were there were just filling in because they knew there was a game building up after that, didn't they? Was that the general context of the crowd vibe at the G on Sunday?
Yeah, no, well, look, they had a fun little time, but yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is it for last week's games. Let's move into the tipping results.
Don't want to check how much D's won by.
What do you mean?
No, I mean, you got to shout them out. It was a big win. I don't care. You can rub it in a bit.
We're in tipping results right now, mate. Look, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no, you missed a game. That's what I was saying.
Oh, missed a game.
The one when you went to bed at 3/4 time. And you don't know who actually.
That's right. How could I forget our victory over St Kilda?
Yeah, because you were up. You were smashing us at 3/4 time. You couldn't have lost.
Couldn't have lost. All right, let's move on to the last game, I guess. Sunday football at Marvel Stadium. It was St Kilda versus Melbourne. St Kilda, 15-6-96 to Melbourne, 13-12-90. St Kilda by 6 points. Oh my god! Oh my god!
We did it!
Oh my god! What happened?
You missed it. You were like some of the St Kilda supporters that got on the train and went home early because they thought we were going to lose.
They missed out on history. They missed out on witnessing history.
Paddy was actually at the game with one mate, Lockie Cole, who left at 3/4 time. Because he was there with about 5 other fellas, and they all said, "Oh, see you, Lockie, whatever, we're going to stay and drink." And in the end, they were all up dancing. Apparently, there's people still hanging from the rafters. They're just up there, just singing the song over and over. And apparently, they're not going to after next Sunday's game against North Melbourne. They're just going to stay and just drink through.
That sounds horrible.
Absolute scenes after the game. And I did see down the middle of Fitzroy Street, Ryan giving out some piggyback rides with Nass on his shoulders, and he offered to give Rowan Marshall a piggyback. He declined. But
Probably
yeah,
for the
Rossi
best.
was very excited to give Nass a bit of a piggyback ride up and down Fitzroy Street, and just see if he can't get that signature a little bit closer, because we all know he's staying at the Saners. And but where do we start with it, Nathan? I mean, should we go with the Melbourne side of things, or should we just go with the St Kilda?
We should just move on to the tipping results.
Oh no, we can't, because I
I wish
mean,
we could.
to be sitting there at 3/4 time and just be a bit bewildered and be honestly wondering why sometimes we support these teams and go and sit at games and just watch in the stands, and to then the elation of watching the team celebrate after Melbourne failed to understand basic movements of football movements in a real basic moment of the game. You have 8 seconds to defend a ball up, and geez, didn't they just capitulate like an absolute broken down piece of grain that just got thrown under a mincer and just pretty much
you got
actually
thrown under
fully-
a mincer.
No, I didn't in the end. I got escaped and taken out, and then they threw all Melbourne supporters at the last minute. And well, didn't know what we were watching right at the end there, did we? But well, I still can't believe you went to bed and you missed it all. I'm a bit speechless for that.
All right. Well, I actually did watch every second of this. It was fucking it pissed me off so much. I thought we were still winning like halfway through the last quarter. I'm like, surely no, we're still winning this. They can't catch up. It's too ahead. No way. And then it kept getting closer. And even like last couple minutes, I was like, no way. Melbourne won't let this happen. We're gonna win. And then they draw, and I was like, well, it's gonna be a draw. There's no way they can get this. There's only 8 seconds left on the clock. And then the umpires were like, hey, St Kilda, here you go, buddy. Here you go, buddy.
Hold on a second.
Our colours are close to yours. We're backing you, boys. We're backing the Saints.
If one of the Melbourne players wasn't in the wrong part of the ground, then they wouldn't have got a free kick against them. So let's throw the blame against actually a Melbourne player for not knowing where he's meant to be.
But it wasn't just that free kick. It was also all the 50s and all the bullshit that was going on. There was so much bullshit.
What about Clayton Oliver not being able to kick a goal from straight in front with 3 minutes to go?
Yeah, I mean, that's bad skill.
Sealed the game. Yeah? Let's not blame an umpire or anything.
No, I'm blaming all umpires.
Skill error.
Blaming all I'd love to blame the skill error, but unfortunately, the umpires' insidious nature, who was paying them off? Who knows? We'll probably never know who paid them off to help out the St Kilda Football Club. It was insane.
We knew we were going to beat you, Sooks, the moment you were sooking and carrying on in the last quarter at petty things, and you still had a 5-goal lead. I mean, you could just tell that the wheels had fallen off from the start of the last quarter.
Who was saying what in the last quarter? I wasn't talking to you in the last quarter.
Petrarca as well. I mean, he had a shocking last quarter, and I just think a few of Melbourne's players probably the bag a little bit. And look, I don't know. I mean, it's very easy to judge from the outside footy, but it just did not look good for Melbourne at all the way it all progressed. And for 3 great quarters of footy for Melbourne to be let down like that, I think it takes away the 3 good quarters of footy. It's that bad a loss from that position that it overwrites any good in the game for Melbourne at all. So I take it as like a full smacking Kilda. Like, we beat you guys off the park.
Yeah.
Because of how bad the comeback was.
It is just 6 points, but like it feels way worse. I feel like I would have preferred it if you just beat us by like 20 points and it was close most of the game. Like, this is just fucking insane. This is like makes Melbourne look like a laughing stock. And I can't really defend that. Like, I've just got to be laughed at. Part of the laughing stock. I don't cope like others do. I accept that my team is shit. I accept the sadness.
Hey, you've won a premiership in this decade, so
we did win a premiership, but asterisk next to it was a COVID flag, as everybody likes to remind me.
Which means not a lot in the scheme of premierships still being won.
Oh, you've never seen it happen at the MCG.
There was just like the Whinge and
These
Ponds
people.
bag in India for batting on during the draw when Jadeja and Washington Sundar wanted to score their hundreds, and they were slagging them, saying that they were the shittest hundreds anyone's ever seen. But it's like, mate, it's a Test 100. Shut up.
Yeah, shut
And
up.
they got blocked it out and got those hundreds, and then they shook hands.
Well, they did.
So Sookie England looked like a bunch of whinges out of that one, didn't they?
They did too. They did too.
A bit of spice in the Ashes this year.
But look, I must say, Melbourne, St Kilda, bottom of the barrel teams, and just going downwards. No future in sight for either of these teams, I'm afraid. But we'll be right here doing all for footy, covering their mediocrity, won't we, Daniel?
Oh, mate, if Max Hall keeps performing the way he is for St Kilda, we'll be discussing... Maybe we'll do a live feed from the Brownlow. Not from the Brownlow.
From the Brownlow...
For footy.
The Brownlow Red Cup.
Call it?
What, the live stream we did?
Yeah.
Well, are we going to do the live stream again this year?
Well, maybe not this year, because I don't think Max Hall's going to win it. But in about 2 to 3 seasons, when he's a real chance, I think we will be...
So you don't want to do the live stream? How dare you?
Oh, we could. I mean, I'm planning to be in Queensland for the Brownlow.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe I'll be at
typical.
his house that night.
Alright, typical.
Maybe.
Well, you might have to take a laptop. Oh, wait, no, Venno has his setup.
I'm going to go and... That's why I'm going. I've got to go and get my laptop back.
Oh, are you going to give him the computer?
No, I was going to take a little fake computer and swap it. But don't tell him, because he'll probably still try and use it and he won't know.
I think he still listens to this podcast. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to put it out there.
It's a real looking one, though. It's like, it looks real. So you'll never know.
Good stuff. All right, moving on to this week's tipping results. Very interesting tipping results this week, Mr. Daniel Reeby. It was, we got 1-9. 1-9.
1-9.
Was Mr. Jim Bob Parker.
I did have a scout at the tips, actually. Yes.
He came out on top. He got a 9. Good on him.
Well done.
He did it. And a whole lot of people got 8 because that was the favourites. So, yeah.
Well, can I break it down like this? I'm happy that Jim Bob had some faith in St Kilda.
Yeah.
Showed some good faith and, it would have been easy to get pressured into thinking, the host of the pod goes for Melbourne. Like, that's why we go for Melbourne.
Good man. I tipped St Kilda.
Yeah, no, but good to see Jim Bob tipping with St Kilda there.
Yeah. Well,
the ones at the pointy end that matter.
Well, let's just say you got 7 this week, Mr. Reeves. Congratulations. That's not too bad. Yeah. Seeing as everybody that didn't put in their tips got 3, and Mullion got 5, so he actually beat the away teams this week.
Yep, catching right on Paddy now. Should be able to get him this week.
And also, I got 8. Unfortunately, tipped all the favourites. So, landed on 8. That's how it goes.
And you tipped St Kilda as well.
Yep. I think most people got the Brisbane Gold Coast one. Because not many people saw Gold Coast doing it. But a couple people did. Jim Bob and Scotty. So...
And did Alan show no faith in St Kilda, did he?
No, Alan backed Melbourne.
Poor form, Alan.
But most people back St Kilda. It's a good mix, but I think most people did back St Kilda. So
I should have chatted with Alan during the week because I did say how I was backing him in to win this comp. And that one tip let probably just let him down a little bit. But
he's not winning the comp. The comp. But I do want to say, I went up a spot this week. I went up to 8th. Haha. And Reeves, you went up a spot as well. You overtook the Bull, BT.
Yes, so, I worked hard on that for many a week just to get above him.
You can get above a couple more, I reckon, before the season's done. You can climb. You're on 21 now. You can get up to 19, 18 if you believe.
They call it doing a Parker power play. So you parachute your
Parker play.
Yeah, you parachute your way up the leaderboard late in the season, just sort of dodging and weaving all the people that are submitting tips and stuff, and just really catapult hard.
Oh, of course. How else?
Where is Mr. Parker on the tips at the moment, by the way? Just out of
He's number 9. I just overtook him.
Oh, right. You probably did just say that.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, let's go to the top 5, shall we? Coming in at number 5, it's Jamie on 118. Number 4 is Scotty on 123, 5 points above Jamie. So he's well and truly. I think the top 4 is sort of that those guys aren't dropping any lower. Luke, just running late. Your secret friend has dropped down to 3rd.
Oh, because Bob's 9.
Yeah, Jim Bob got 9, so they tied, and he's got the better margin. So Jim Bob took over, and now he's 2nd, and then they're on 125, and then Fenno on 130 still, so still 5 above 2nd place. Just crushing the comp. Just ruining the comp. So that's why I'm saying, you have to be a Victoria member to be eligible to win the All Footy tipping comp. We are not an interstate tipping comp, unfortunately.
You can add that to the clause.
Yeah, no, I can. I'm taking care of it all. So, you're taking care of it all. You're actually the yeah. So that's all good. That's all good. We'll just do that.
Beautiful.
We'll just do that.
So that means Jim Bob is currently leading the.
Yeah, and that means I'm actually 7th and not 8th, so that's good as well. Everybody goes up a spot. That's what's awesome about this. Yes.
Good silence.
I wanted you to sit in it for a bit. All right, well, let's move on to this week's games.
This is what I'm here for.
This is what you're here for, buddy.
Yeah.
So here it is, hot and raw. Thursday night football at Marvel Stadium. Doggies versus GWS.
It is. And, wow, this one just straight off the cusp, to open the round. I mean, it'll be a big result. We're trying to back the Doggies in. But I just have a sneaking feeling that the Giants... Actually, no, I went with the dog. Sorry, I did it because I've done my tips here. I just don't have them in front of me, obviously.
Yeah.
But that I feel like Toby Green's out for a week is just enough for me just to say that I feel like the Dogs will just get up this week in a real tight one. And yeah, that's about all I could sling it around to.
No, fair enough. Well, look, I'm back in GWS. Because Doggies can't really beat teams above them on the ladder. They're the strong mid. They're the firm mid team.
Bang in the middle they are.
Bang in the middle. That's it. And they're dependable.
Stuck in the middle.
So, yeah, I'm back in GWS. But I'm going to back them by 1 point. Because I still think Doggies can do it. Doggies can prove me wrong. But Doggies haven't proved me wrong. I've backed Doggies a lot this year. And it's blown up in my face a lot of the time, unfortunately. Not this time. You won't get me again. Ha ha. Alright, Friday night football at Adelaide Oval is Adelaide versus Hawthorn. Reeves, this should be good.
This should be a corker, and I feel like Adelaide will have firmly painted up on their wall the news articles of the week when Hawthorn beat them down at Tassie about 8 to 10 weeks ago now. They were made to look a little silly that day, Adelaide, with their tall forward line in the super wet, super cold, tough to play footy conditions that day it was. So I think they're just going to be churning from that day. Also, potentially the 2015 prelim when Hawthorn beat Adelaide to get into a 3rd consecutive grand final in a row. I reckon Adelaide churning from that day too. And just really feel like this will be retribution for those couple of days.
Yeah, well, Adelaide at home, it's hard to go against them. Really is. And as I said before, my confidence behind Hawthorn, it's not very high. I can't explain it. I think it's just a vibe. I just feel like they don't have any. They don't have enough standout legendary players on their roster. I feel like Adelaide have a team full of stars, and they're firing right now. Give Hawks some time. Yeah,
I feel like they're going to back themselves in this game to be able to do something to Adelaide here, but You
Oh,
know,
they
this
could win.
game it probably just takes me back a little bit to Adelaide's first ever Inception game in the competition, which actually, funny enough, was against Hawthorn as well,
Oh, well.
1990. And round one, there they were, Football Park. I reckon the game might have been played too. So a lot like this game coming up on Friday night, and Adelaide were able to beat the reigning premiers Hawthorn on that night. So you know, it's a lot of similarities to a lot of these games, and I know Adelaide will have end up on ready to use as ammo.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Well, yeah, Adelaide.
Also known as the Jarman Cup, because you obviously had the great Darren and Andrew Jarman, who did a bit of amalgamating between the two clubs. But exciting game of footy.
Sounds it. Really does. All right. Next game, Saturday football at Marvel Stadium. Melbourne versus West Coast.
Wow, not such an exciting game of footy.
No.
Look, you just have to think that Melbourne win this. I mean, their form for 3/4 wasn't bad, even though I took it back off them. But, you know, within their walls, they're probably not taking it back. They're probably like, well, we did that good. So I think they'll show a lot of that good form again and be really fast, move the ball. You know, that's why it was weird to see how much the wheels fell off. Should we dig back into it for a bit? I mean,
no, absolutely
at
not.
3/4 time, Nathan, you must have been sitting there going, wow, like, should I have popcorn or should I have... Like, like,
Swish, you know, it's like bowling a strike and then walking away before it becomes a strike, because you're just like, yeah, I know this is a strike, so you just walk away before it hits.
Like you smashed it, yeah.
Like, you know, you're walking away. You're that good. You know it's a strike. You don't even have to look at it. You just know.
Yeah, it's
that's what this felt like. And then at the last second, bam, 7-10 split, fucked me.
Well, Rossi Lyon pulled one out the top drawer again, didn't he?
And
I just thought it was
Simon Goodloss.
Mm.
He needs to go. I feel like he needs to go. Unfortunately, he's had 3 years of mediocrity. We haven't been going anywhere. We're not building. Like, come on, you had your time. Thank you for your premiership. You're a club legend. Thank you very much. But we need somebody that can win flags.
I'll always remember the day when the Saints ruined Goodwin's career. Do you know what that's payback for? That's payback for taking Alan Richardson. Because, you know, he was a coach of St Kilda and then he just left us and randomly went to Melbourne. So maybe the coaching gods were just laughing like, oh.
Yeah, but like, who wants to be in St Kilda? Like, they've never won a flag.
Oh, a lot of people do at the moment. TDK will come.
You got to give them a lot of money because you can't give them a flag. So, but anyway, let's move on to the next game, shall we? Saturday afternoon football, People First Stadium. It's Gold Coast versus Richmond. Seems pretty obvious, Reeves.
Oh, yeah, this one will be interesting watching on the line, I reckon, which should be about 45 to 50 points. So,
yeah.
Go Gold Coast.
Yep, go Gold Coast. They're just going to rub them in the dirt. All right, Saturday afternoon football at the SCG. It is Sydney versus Essendon. It's another pretty one-sided sort of affair.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, Sydney have been showing patches of not being great this year, even within games. Again, on the weekend, conceding 9 goals to... And Essendon pounce on a bit of that inconsistency. You wouldn't imagine so. Bounce weeks. Yeah, I'll stick with the Swannies. And my little tip of the week, Papley to kick 2.
No,
because he's paying $2. $2 for Papley to kick 2.
Good for him.
You think he's quite a goal sneak, and after all the hoo-ha in last week and the way the Essendon play, he'll probably pop up with a couple Papley.
Yeah, we'll see. Papley will prepare podcasts with pineapple on pizza.
You better properly prepare podcasts with pineapple.
Exactly. All right, yeah, I've got Sydney as well. Of course. I'm sorry, Essendon. You're down in the dumps. I put you down there with Melbourne. You're that bad. All right. Saturday night football at the MCG. Collingwood versus Brisbane. This is a good match, Reeves.
Yeah, this is a rip snorter in it. I mean, you just see Brizzy absolutely coming down here on a madman's mission, especially after last week's result. I mean, they're not going to want to cop 2 losses in a row. I think they can live with themselves after last week, but
Yeah.
this is big. This is quite a big game and a very red alert type of game for the club, I reckon, where, a loss here and a potential heavy loss, all of a sudden they're wiltering and,
Yeah, their morale will be low.
won't look good. And
Pressure
so,
on.
a real strong performance is needed here. And I think they'll get up for it. I mean, Brizzy have shown time and time that they just get up games. They know it. They love them. They back themselves in. More than half the time, they win them. So
Yeah.
here we go again. And I feel like we'll have a follower from the pod there live at the game. We're hoping that he'll take his mic, jump on Discord and do a live feed from the game. But put it to him first.
Nah,
But,
he won't be allowed.
Nah, too much work.
Too much work.
Oh, yeah.
He's not doing
But
it.
hey, look, you never know. He might get it. Yeah.
But
But yeah. As for a tip,
yeah, who you
it's
got?
one. See, I've been settled on Collingwood a bit here, but it's like I'm convincing myself that I think Brizzy are going to win. But I just can't see Collingwood losing. That's the one where I'm like, well, I keep going back to Collingwood and then.
Well, you got to think.
slinging-
What team could beat Collingwood? Like, what teams do you think could beat Collingwood? Is
Well,
there any
Adelaide at the moment.
any
very
scenario? So
confident.
if it was Adelaide versus Collingwood, Adelaide at home, you'd tip Adelaide?
Yeah, comfortably.
Really?
But I'm tipping. I'm going to tip in this game Collingwood.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to tip Collingwood as well. I feel like, maybe Adelaide at home. I might tip Adelaide. Might. But yeah, no, I'm just tipping Collingwood. Collingwood all round. Next game. Sunday football at Marvel Stadium. It's St Kilda versus North Melbourne. Rabes.
I feel like changing my tip back to Brisbane. I mean,
Do it then.
no, just all of a sudden I got thinking about Brizzy moving the footy and good with like Loman and all these guys running forward and Cam Rayner.
Yeah, but
It can be
are
pretty
you thinking about like Jamie Elliott and Nick Dacos running around doing shit, steel side bottom, and his bald head? Are you thinking about these people?
I am.
Are you,
You know what, I'm gonna
thinking
change
enough
myself.
about them?
I'm actually changing my tip.
We'll change your tip then.
I am. It's official. Can you put it in for me? Just.
Yep, just did. All right, well, back to what I just said. Sunday football at Marvel Stadium, St Kilda versus North Melbourne, baby.
Yep. Well, I see St Kilda getting a very comprehensive victory here. Could be in the realms of 37 plus, which is a smacking in your eyes, isn't it, Nathan?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that much of a smacking. I wouldn't be surprised if North Melbourne win this, but I am going to tip St Kilda.
Mittens off it. How would North win this? They lost by 100 points last week to a team that we've beaten this year. I mean, come off. I see.
Mate,
them.
you guys.
I mean, I wanted to say
you guys
more,
are-
but I was
you
being
guys are
modest at
both-
37.
You guys are both at the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, well,
Like, you're slumming it up with Melbourne and stuff. So, North Melbourne, they're beating Brisbane. All right.
Saints could win 4 in a row to finish the year. Like, we just missed the 8.
We'll see. All right. Next game. Sunday afternoon football at GMHBA Stadium. Geelong versus Port.
Geelong.
Yeah, it's got to be Geelong. Like, come
One
on.
firm word.
Where have you got? Where are you, Port? Where are you? You know where. Get out of here. You're fodder. And then Sunday afternoon football at Optus Stadium. Fremantle versus Carlton.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game. I will be watching this one with a bit of interest. I think Carlton, they're a bit hard to predict at the moment, but it just seems like Freo will be able to sort them out, especially at home. So sticking with Freo, but it'd be interesting to see what Carlton bring, won't it? See how they're going with their strategizing of the way they go about games and trying to keep them in contest at the moment. So
Yeah.
you never know the way they match up. They do. They've always gone over there. Been some very interesting results over the years. With it takes me back to that kick after the siren from
Jono.
Oh, old Jono, who used to play for the Saints before he went to Carlton, and then he had that kick after the siren at Perth that kicked it. It's miraculous.
Lovely. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Was good. It was a very good kick. The umpire, see, if you wanted to go on about favouring umpires, that night Carlton got helped out by majorly to get that guy.
Oh, like St Kilda was helped out last week. Yeah, I know.
By the footy god, yeah.
By the
bloke.
umpires being paid off by shady people. Shady St Kilda supporters. There's no such thing as a shady Melbourne supporter. We're all elite. Elite. Alright, let's move on to closing thoughts, Mr. Daniel Raby.
Well, Mr. Nathan, you know me. I love a good movie review. Spent most of my weekend really just kicking around watching, just sort of find a new movie or something too. And Happy Gilmore 2 happened to come out, so I thought I'll give that a bit of a fling while I'm just watching movies, as I do on a Saturday weeks. I just sort of sit on the couch and watch movies. And what a rock and roll event it was. Like not knowing anything about it because I didn't watch into the trailers much and try and find out.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really say much in the trailers anyway.
Yeah, so there was no digging in. There was no idea in which direction it was going to go, and you just heard that there was a plethora star that was going to pop up. And was there a plethora star? I mean, even Eminem himself made a little cameo, and jackass. But I just feel like he absolutely nailed it, and I'll give Adam a solid 4.5 stars out of 5.
Oh, that's
movie.
pretty high praise. It's
That
pretty
is
high
very high
praise.
praise in the movie world. And I enjoyed it thoroughly. I felt, though, the second time it got a bit better. The third time I enjoyed it quite a lot. But the fourth time I really started to pick up on some of the good...
On the nuances.
Yeah, and just the little 1-2s, that you didn't get on the first time. It's getting better and better now already, and I will be looking at first Happy Gilmore 2 trivia when it rolls around at some point. I'll be ready to go.
Well, good luck with that. I hope you nail it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, my closing thoughts is Friday night, Fortnite. Go over to Nobot E's YouTube channel. Go subscribe, like, and check us out. We'll be doing some Fortnite Blitz mode. Squadding up if you want to jump in and play. First come, first serve, I guess. And over on
What's
YouTube.
the game called?
Fortnite.
Oh, Fortnite, sorry.
Yeah, it's the Fortnite. Fortnite Friday. Yeah, did it last Friday with him, and just ripped up, just destroyed, just pawned noobs, as the kids say, like 10 years ago. I don't think kids say it anymore. I think it's like that. They're like, oh, it's an old people thing to say, but to me, it's still a young people thing to say. How sad's that, Daniel?
Maybe they've turned raw dogging into the new call for that.
I don't think kids say raw dogging anymore either. I think that was like a generation after what the kids are saying now, unfortunately.
I've just cottoned on to raw dogging. I like the idea of it. Like sitting on a train or a bus or something and you just literally sit there. Yeah. Like that. Is that what raw dogging is?
No. But anyway, we'll talk about definition off podcasts because I think that'll do it from us at All for Footy. And we're out.